In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to create a Dragster blank using Sketchup. So, the first thing you got to do is make sure you are logged into your Lance Cruise Google account. That's over here. And once you're logged into that Lance Cruise Google account, you go ahead and click on Google Apps, which is this waffle. I'm going to scroll all the way down, and you're going to click on Sketchup for Schools. And once you've done that, you're going to get something that looks just like this. All right, I'll close this up. So, there's different keyboard and mouse shortcuts, zoom in, zoom out, orbit, and there's a pan tool. If you don't know those, we talked about that in another lesson, so you can check those out. So I'm going to skip over those, assuming you already know them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Untitled here, and I'm going to name this as Dragster blank, and then I'm going to click OK. And it's going to ask me where I want to save this. Now, I have previously created a tech class folder, so I'm going to select that. If you haven't, you can do that in your Google Drive, and if you're not sure, we can help you out with that. But it's a pretty simple process. So I'm going to go ahead and click Select, and now I have the Dragster blank. Now I'm going to get rid of this guy here. It's just a default character. We're going to click on it and hit Delete. And now we're going to set up our blank. So you'll notice we're in three-dimensional mode. So I'm going to zoom out here, and you see I got my X, Y, and Z axis. So I'm going to change that up. I need to be in 2 dimensions. So the way I'm going to do that is going to go over here to the Scenes button, and I'm going to change the scene type to parallel projection. That's this button. And then I'm going to change the view to the front view, which is this little front of the house here. So you can see I've got a flat view here. Now I'm going to use my shortcut for pan to bring us over like that. And if I screw up and I get back to 3D view, no big deal. All I need to do is go over here and click on that button again, and then just bring us over like that. Okay. So now I'm going to use my rectangle tool. I like using my shortcuts, so you can either go there or hit the space bar and hit R for rectangle. Now I'm going to click once in the origin, and I'm going to move this over. So I've let go of my mouse button, and you'll notice over here in the dimensions, as I move that, it changes the dimensions. So I want it 10 inches on the X. So I'm going to go 10 inches, comma, 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to hit enter. Now you can't even see it because it's so small compared to the scale. So I'm going to zoom in here using my mouse wheel. And there it is. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit the space bar. I'm going to hit a rectangle again. R for rectangle, and I'm going to make a little hole back here for our engine compartment. So I'm going to go about that far. It doesn't have to be very far in. If you look down here, you'll see how far you're going this way. So I'm going to put it about 2.5 inches, just about like that. So it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact. Right about there is good. Okay, so I'm going to hit space bar again, and I'm going to hit save. Now, I am going to click and drag over all of this, and I'm going to make an exact copy of that. And there's a shortcut to do that. Hit the M button for move. M is move. You'll see that little cursor come up. Then I'm going to hit the control button. So M and then control, and there's a little tiny plus sign that shows up. I'm going to click once on this corner, and I'm going to slide this up, and then I'm going to click again, just like that. All right, if you didn't get that, go back and watch that part again. Now click save. So now I've got a side view and I've got a top view. Now in my side view, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on T for tape measure. So T stands for tape measure. And you see there's a little tape measure. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to go down to start on the edge. So I'm going to click one time, and I'm going to let it go, and then I'm moving my mouse up. And then while that's moving, I'm actually going to type 0.25. And you see that down here on the bottom here as I type. So 0.25, enter, and that will give me a line exactly 0.25 or 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. So that is how you set up, I'm going to save this like this, our basic Dragster blank. So in a future video, I'm going to show you how to actually create your basic design from this blank.